acting up. But he said he didn't see color, and anybody could come with him and tell him, and they all respected him, and they found out they couldn't buy him.
You sound like John Lewis.
Yeah. So, let's see. Talking about the new church, New Life, he was never, the interviewer thought that he was the pastor of New Life, but he was never really the pastor of New Life. He said he did get his license to preach in New Life, but he said this ministry was not to be a pastor, but to be civil rights and help people that way and minister on the outside. So that's what he did, because I never remembered him having a church. But that's what he wasn't supposed to. And I didn't know that. And also be a missionary. And now the missionary part was with the community, helping people get food stamps, food segregation, complaints in the school, and any complaint against the government. He said he begged them to get a black councilman, and they had to sue to get a black councilman. Now, I don't know if anyone really knows this. You may only know of Skip Jenkins being a councilman, but there was a black councilman before them, and his name was Andrew Burnett. And Burnett talked him into running, and he got it. Which brings me back to Andy. In the museum, prior to them starting up the African American Committee, there was absolutely nothing in that museum that was about black people.
Stop.
So they had a picture of Mr. Burnett, but it wasn't because he was the first black councilman. He was a councilman, and he was on the board with all of them. So I'm thinking, now I really had a street nigga good to him. Y'all got nothing on him. So we took care of that right. Now there was during voting, and Renee, voter registration was definitely his thing. He believed that voting was your voice. And if you were not able to vote, you did not count. So there was and other people have heard me tell this story, that Renee said there was a section of the Constitution that you had to be able to read in order to vote, because they were trying to keep us from voting. Well, Renee got the little article or whatever it was, and he took it, and he said, he took it out this lady's desk, and she was looking for it, and he said he had like, he didn't know where it was. Yeah, but I had it in my pocket. So he would go out there and he would have them study and study and study, so it looked like they were reading.
Right. Just that one little card?
Mm-hmm. Now this article, I have to admit, I was absolutely stunned when Pam's daughter told me she had this, because it's his voice. And Renee died in 2000, and I haven't heard his voice since 2000.
Wow.
And it was, so this little section is just about voter registration. It's not going to be real long.
Sorry, I didn't hear you. I'll tell you. You know, I just think it was so scary, man, so long, I won't.
You're doing real well. It's not scary at all. You were in the process of explaining to me your missionary aspect of your pastor, that you are concerned with civil rights law. You're doing real well.
Yeah, well, this community, care, like, one of my missions was carrying people to the food stamp place, getting food stamps at this community. The board, right, the board, the, our responsible, get these people in this community. The board.
For the registration.
Yeah, I was a deputy. I was deputy registration. So I was a deputy registration. When I first started registering black people, used to send election office from election down here. That we call it Dunbar Road, then we Parker Street now. And so had one of them mean man over there. He would holler at everybody, and they had the white people. Good flag. You had to, you know, you had to read that. What that was, what it was. The resolution. You know. You might not see that, but they had one down there, you had to read it.
Constitution.
Yeah, you couldn't read it. If you could.
Constitution.
Yeah.
Constitution.
Yeah, you got what it say. If you couldn't read it, you wouldn't get it on.
Register.
That's right. So, and it had hours grouped out there. So one day I got right. So, and it had hours grouped out there. So one day I went to take care of some people down there. You had no, we had to walk. I care of some people down there. And a white lady had one there, one death. And I was able to slide it off of there. See that thing sitting up there? I don't know what happened to go ahead and toilet. I took that, and I was still working on the rock curve. On the rainy days, on rainy days, Saturday and Sunday, I was, that's right. So, that's right. So, and it had hours. Moved out there.
I think that's enough. Like I said, it's very.
How long is that video?
46 minutes.
At the house.
Like I said, it's very long. But it's interesting because, like I said, I learned so much about him that I never even knew what he was doing. Now, the man asked him, did he have any children? So he's told him he had a son and a daughter. He had my father, who was David Smith, and he had Mother Lynn, who was his daughter. So he said, well, do you have any grandchildren? He said, yeah, I do, but don't ask me their names. He said, I done been to their houses, but I don't ask me their names. She said, you don't remember any names? Well, I remember Yvonne Smith. And my other sister, Karen, you remember her name.
You remember Karen?
But, it was just so interesting. He was very unassuming. If you didn't really know him, you wouldn't know what the things that he could do. Because when somebody had a problem, he was pretty. And then he married people too. Late at night, they were knocking on the door. You married that girl? actually married my mother-in-law and her husband.
Okay.
They showed up at her house one night. But he really loved people. He loved his community. He loved me. I know he loved me because
Sound like you.
when he was dying and in the hospital, I had an issue with trying to get some car insurance because of my husband and his driving record. So I couldn't get any insurance, and he's in his hospital bed trying to find me some insurance.
Look out for his name.
Yeah, so he was a good man. I don't know, there's just a lot of things that I could tell y'all about him, how he was 4.5 at 4th grade, and he didn't have any books, and he graduated 6th grade because he said that was the highest that black people in Lexington County could go. And so he,
6th grade.
but yeah, so he did a lot, and I think those are kind of the highlights. I don't know if there's anything else that I really, I mean, most of it is just a lot of background and different things that he did. And I'll be here all night if I tell you how many times he worked in a rock quarry or which rock quarry he worked in. He worked in a chemical plant. There was one right up here. I think is that where your ankle was? Right up here on Frank Street. Because I remember him going out in the morning. He used to walk back that way. Okay. Yeah, so he did a lot of things, but he also believed in civil rights. He would, every time I went to an NAACP meeting with him, when they were having these receptions and stuff, talk about Reverend Felder, But he was a good man. I just can't say everything about him.
Sound like you just like him.
If anybody has any questions, we're glad to try to answer. But just know.
You asked. You shouldn't ask. We all got questions now. Floodgates are open.
That's Miss Sultan.
Can you please tell me where I can find out more information about Reverend Felder in the Casey community?
Well,
Is y'all playing
the
that?
only thing, y'all know, honestly, with our African American exhibit, we do have quite a bit of things. We have things for him. We have one of his plaques, I think. We do have a picture of that.
Is that James Brown?
James Brown.
Yeah, now this picture,
That's James Brown.
this picture of James Brown,
Okay.
James Brown, I don't know if everybody remembers, he was in jail
Girl,
in
we
South
all,
Carolina.
we no kids in here.
So he got out of jail, and they had a surprise party for him at the gym, Spires Gym right down the street. And a lot of people didn't know about it, but I should have known right.
That's legendary.
So he,
Yeah.
he, like I said, he was very unassuming, and if you didn't know, he would
You
just
didn't
see some
know.
little man sitting there. But he was a little man with a lot of power.
Right.
And the street being named after him, he was really proud of that. The citizens of Casey petitioned to have the street named after him.
That says a lot in itself.
There's a picture here of the actual changing. Mayor Avery was the mayor at the time. But this picture here, and it was in 1993. So the man asked him, the interviewer asked him what his address was. He said, 2305 Julius Felder Street. So, yeah, but, you know.
Icon,
We
baby.
don't have-
Icon.
we don't have too many-
Icon.
we don't have too many. Right?
Yes, I was. Reverend Felder was instrumental in getting me elected to as the first black in West Columbia.
That's
Okay.
what I'm talking about. So you're an icon too.
After the city of Casey was sued,
Yes.
and Mrs. Burnett was on council, well, the city of West Columbia didn't want to go through that smoke. So in 1993, I was elected to the city of West Columbia.
Right.
Grant.
I also have, oh, I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. I was gonna comment about your grandfather.
Okay.
Speak the truth.
Back when I was in high school and getting ready to graduate, Reverend Felder embraced the youth in the community. And about the voting and NAACP and all that, not only did we walk the streets of Case and West Columbia, we walked the streets of Columbia, Hugo Street. And we walked in the heat of summer. And we knocked on people's doors to talk to them, to, get them to know about voting and how important it was. So he was very instrumental in not just being on one side of the river, but he went to the other side of the river also.
That's lovely. That's everybody.
Now, I also, as a part of my presentation, no presentation